Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I share how to make smoky Nigerian party jollof rice, and I know you like what you see. Please relax and watch to the end. My name is Oge and you're welcome to my kitchen. Let's get started. I'll be making my jollof today with fish, and this is my properly gutted and thoroughly washed fish inside my pot. I'll go ahead to season the fish, and I've just added some roughly blended peppers, chopped onion, and a mix of different spices, which comprises of curry powder, dry thyme, and all-purpose seasoning. I added a little bit of salt for taste and one seasoning cube. I added a little water, just enough to cook the fish. Cover the pot and I let it cook. 4 minutes later and the fish is ready. I'll move on to the next step, which is to fry the fish. I've just added enough oil. I'll scoop in the fish into the oil after I let it heat up for a few minutes, and then I'll fry until it is very dry. Now you can decide to fry or grill your fish. You can also just boil your fish. Just do whichever one that works for you. You don't have to cook your fish before you fry or grill. I just love doing it this way. This is my own preference. I've been doing it this way for a long time and I can't seem to do it any other way. And I also love to get my fish stock because I'll use it to prepare my food. So that is another reason why I love to cook my fish before I fry. But feel free to do yours however you prefer. You actually get the same result. So I'm done frying the fish and I've also taken it out from the oil. These are ingredients for my jollof base. I have some onions, fresh tomatoes, scotch bonnet peppers aka atarodo, and tatashi, also known as the local variant of red bell pepper. All these were thoroughly washed off camera, and I also took out the seeds from the tatashi after washing. I'm done chopping up my onions and I'm cutting each tomato into two. This is just to make it easy for my blender. If you've watched up to this point, thank you so much. I truly appreciate you taking out your time to click and watch my videos. It means a lot to me. Please take a moment to give the video a thumbs up if you haven't done that already. Thank you. In goes the last pieces of pepper, after which I'll close my blender, and without adding any extra liquid, I'll blend into a smooth puree. So this is what it should be looking like after blending. So I'm done prepping my ingredients, so let's get into the cooking action. I heated up some oil. This is the same oil that I used to fry my fish. I added a little bit into my pot. I've just added my chopped onions. I'll fry this for about 2 minutes to activate the flavors. And then I'll go in with my blended ginger. You can add ginger and garlic. Just add whichever aromatics you prefer. I also proceeded to add in a little bit of dry thyme and curry powder. This is just to build flavors. If you want to enjoy your jollof rice, then you have to build up your flavors. 2 minutes later, and I added my tomato paste. I used one medium-sized tomato paste. I used my spoon to break it up and I continued to fry. This is my rice, properly washed rice. I won't be parboiling my rice for today's recipe. I want to soak it in hot water. There are lots of ways to prepare your rice for jollof rice, and this is just one out of many. I added enough water into the rice, enough to cover the rice, gave it a quick stir and allowed the rice to sit in the hot water for about 5 minutes, after which I will drain out the water and add the rice into my pot. So back to our jollof base. This is what the tomato paste is looking like, and it's ready to accept my tomato mix. I've just added that in. I'll stir until properly combined and I'll continue to fry. To my amazing and returning subscribers, I want to say a big thank you. Thank you so much for always coming back to watch my videos. Thank you for the likes, the shares, the comments. You guys are the absolute best and you all hold a special place in my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. 10 minutes of frying my jollof base and it's coming on so well. You can tell from the video that most of the liquid in it has dried up and it's ready to accept my seasoning. One way to know your jollof base is ready is if you see oil floating on top of it and it loses its tangy taste. For seasoning, I have curry powder, jollof seasoning, and all-purpose seasoning, which I've just added into my pot. I'm adding seasoning cubes. Feel free to use whatever spices you prefer. Season your jollof rice with your favorite spices. After adding all the spices, I mixed that until well incorporated and I continued to fry. I'll fry this for about 2 to 3 minutes before adding my rice. This is 3 minutes later and it's ready to accept my rice. I've added my rice. I will stir until everything is well incorporated. I don't want some of the ingredients sticking to the sides of the pot, so I'll be very thorough in stirring and mixing this up properly. You should consider doing this as well when making yours. So this is what it's looking like after mixing thoroughly. It's time to add in my fish stock and some water. This is looking so good. I hope you agree with me. Color, check. I'll add in my fish stock and enough water to cook the rice until it is nicely cooked, properly cooked. You don't have to add so much water because we don't want the rice to be soggy. Just add enough to cook the rice. A little above the level of the rice will do just fine. And once it dries up, if you are convinced that the rice is not properly cooked, you can go in with more water, but try not to add so much at once. So after stirring this, I added salt to taste, gave that one very quick stir, covered my pot, and I continued to cook. If you want to trap heat inside your jollof rice, you can use a baking sheet or aluminium foil to wrap the cover of the pot. While the rice is cooking nicely, I'll proceed to sauce the fish. That is to make pepper. Is there anything like saucing the fish? This is a combination of peppers and onions, roughly blended. I'll fry this until most of the liquid in it dries up and it's looking like what is showing on your screen. For seasoning, I added a little bit of all-purpose seasoning and I stirred that in. I'll let this simmer for maybe a minute and then I'll add in my fried fish. I'll just add and stir properly until every part of the fish is well coated with this pepper sauce. This is pepper sauce made simple and it's very delicious. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Oge, a Nigerian YouTuber. This is a food channel and I have lots of delicious food recipes that I'm sure you would love. If you want to switch it up in the kitchen, then this is the place to be. You will love the recipes, I can promise you that. Let's check on the rice. This is what the jollof rice is looking like. This is properly cooked. I went in with small onions. I'll give this a very quick stir, cover my pot and turn up the heat on my cooker because I want it to burn. This is what will give it that smoky party jollof taste. We are not making this rice with firewood, so we have to allow it to burn. It has to burn intentionally for a few minutes. So after which our smoky party jollof will be ready. For short videos, kindly check out my YouTube shorts, Facebook reels, Instagram reels, and TikTok videos. I have lots of delicious food recipes that are a minute long or less on those platforms, and I'm sure you enjoy watching them. Our peppered fish is ready, so please do well to check out my pages on all these platforms. The name to search for is Oge Anyoku on all platforms. Do well to check out my pages, follow me, watch, like, just do all the good stuff. Now, when I say I want to eat smoky Nigerian party jollof, this right here is what I'm talking about. We've come to the end of this video and I hope you enjoyed watching. Please like the video to get it to a wider reach, share it out to your family and friends, leave me your comments in the comment section and subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. Thank you for stopping by and I would love to see you all on my next one. Bye.